how are you? It's Trapson here, and welcome back to our adventures in the Burning Crusade. Today, we are in Zangermarsh, guys, and we're in front of this cool little sculpture here. Never really noticed this before. It's at the Ouroboros Harborage, just up here. And the reason why we're here today is because we are going to Blade's Edge Mountain today, guys. We're just going to go check it out. We haven't quested there yet, so we are going to check that zone out today. Taking a little break from the Grand. And we hit level 69 last episode in the Mana Tombs. Let's pick this up.
Commander Sky Shadow wants this tunnel cleared out so we can expedite trade with the Harborage. I must not leave my post here, so I am leaving the task in your hands. Clear the tunnel and report to Commander Sky Shadow at once.
Oh, so we'll blow up these spiders. Also using this axe, guys. The Crystal Forge War Axe that we got a while back. I forget where we got it. 50 stam, 90.4 damage per second. Does 380 damage. And it has 27 crit and 80 attack power. Not bad. Actually does less damage per second than the Turok's Quill. Turok's Quill does 93.3 damage per second, but I assume this axe would be better. Just because of how it has attack power on it. This has 54 agility, which is pretty good, but it's not as strong for Rets than it would be for, you know, like a hunter or a rogue. So we're going to give the axe a try today. Mature beast. And I'm using a new bag add-on as well. We are not using Bagnon anymore. We are using Bagnonator. So it's a little bit bigger, but it's pretty much does the same thing. It's pretty cool. I think it has an ability. You can like sell trash supposedly at a vendor. See how that works. Double check it out. The reason why I went to Bagnonator over Bagnon is because Bagnon was just getting kind of annoying. Twice a week I would have like an error. And I was trying to disenchant some gear and it just didn't work, and I was like, you know what, I'm switching to Bagnonator. But Bagnon is still the bag add-on that's been downloaded the most, so people are still using it. I've used it for over a decade, so I'm not surprised that people still stick with it, right? But Bagnonator looks pretty good. It's just like Bagnon, pretty much. Still a lot of things I need to learn about the add-on here, but I think it looks like it's at a decent size. And it does the same thing. You can organize your bags, all that fun stuff. So we'll probably stick with Bagnonator from now on. I might switch to it on my Warlock as well. Alright, so those guys are all defeated. I guess we can turn that in up here, right? Or do we have to go back to Zangermarsh? No. So do we just run through here on our mount? Is that the plan? See if we can escape. I think we can. Alright, here we are, guys. Blade's Edge Mountains. The Living Grove. I think this is like the route that the Alliance takes into Blade's Edge. I forget how the Horde get in there. There's probably this cave. We're taking the route from the Ouroboros Harborage, which I've never really taken before. Because usually I play as a horde player. Let's turn this in here. The Den Mother, I guess we'll pick that up. We'll turn this in. Nice little elf town here. It looks like this Den Mother quest.
Find her by heading east out
There
of
we
town
go.
and across the bridge that traverses
Having a little
the
bit of
Bloodmore
trouble.
Ravine. She keeps herself secluded in the tunnel at the southern edge of the ridge. Return with news of her demise to Commander Sky Shadow of Sylvanar.
So you brought Timothy's response? He's got everything under control, he says.
Thought he was
Doesn't
ready.
need help, he says. I could have predicted that. Some people never change. Look. He even took the time to correct my spelling. I shouldn't have sent the letter.
There he is. We'll pick up as many quests as we can. We have 4 more slots. Like this quest is also having a little bit of trouble.
I forgot. The specialist always has the situation under control. Always.
We've been growing the living grove at an accelerated rate, but somehow the lynxes there have become lost to our control. Where once their population was stable, the Grovestalker lynxes are now beginning to encroach upon Sylvanar, and there have been a number of unpleasant incidents of late. I suspect that the Arakoa Vale Lash are somehow behind it, but the immediate issue is with the lynxes themselves. I would be most grateful if you would help us to deal with this situation.
Good work, adventurer. That tunnel is our lifeline to the swamp. There is a threat to Sylvanar far deadlier than the horde at Thunderlord Stronghold. I'm speaking of the native ogres of these mountains, just to the south. And east, down in the ravine, lies the Bloodmaw clan. While they aren't the only group of ogres that threaten us here, they are the closest. I would have you head south through the Living Grove, and then go down the path to the east, which leads to their outpost. Slay as many of the Bloodmaw ogres at Bloodmaw Outpost as you can.
The magic practiced by the Lashan Arakoa.
Looks like the Addons having a little bit of trouble here. It's like the first time I've noticed it have trouble. Usually it has trouble with like wanted posters and stuff like that. Looks like most of the quest givers here kind of have trouble with the add-on.
Handfuls clawfuls of their own feathers as reagents. That doesn't sound like good magic to me. I've come here to learn more about their spells. Unfortunately, getting close is too much for me. You could succeed. Cast one of their spells on yourself, then return to me. You'll have to find one of their spellbooks, high up in the trees of Vale Lash. And unless you've grown feathers, I can't see you'll need to get some of those.
If I'm going to start this vacation out right then, I'm going to need more brew. Unfortunately, the elves know nothing of the fine art of fermentation. I overheard that the Bloodmaw ogres down in the ravine have plenty. I'm willing to give it a try. Do me a favor, head south through the Living Grove and then down the ramp to the east into Bloodmaw Outpost and procure me some. I hear they have big barrels of it laying around, and that their brewmasters carry it around to all the other ogres.
Well, it's good to see someone who's willing to help out around here. Boardroom and I are part of the Explorers League, and we're here to learn what we can of these mountains. We've heard all sorts of tales, and I can't wait to get settled in and started. One thing in particular has caught my attention. The Night Elves speak of a place down in the ravine to the east, known as the Draenithis Mine. It's at the south end of Bloodmaw Outpost. I'd like some of the crystals that grow naturally therein.
Alright, so we got a lot of quests here to do, guys. And we'll complete a few of them today. I'm not sure if we'll get every single one done, but try our best to get a few done. Probably be saving a lot of these quests up here for when we get to level 70. It'll be a good way for us to farm some gold. And I thought a new MMO was coming out this week called Crimson Desert. It's actually an open world RPG. So I thought it was connected to Black Desert Online. It was supposedly going to be a prequel. But I guess they decided to scrap that, and they just made it an open world RPG game, which sounds pretty cool. Not too sure if it's PlayStation only or if it's PC. I think it's on PC. Because I heard that it's on Steam. It's supposedly doing pretty well. And RPG comparisons to it are supposedly The Witcher 3 and Dragon's Dogma. It's kind of like a mix between those two games. I haven't played either. So, yeah, completely new RPG experience for me, I guess. But I honestly thought it was a new MMO, man. But I guess they decided to not go that route, which is probably pretty smart. Because MMOs are not very cheap to run. Since they went the single player route, they can just, you know, eventually decide, like, this is our final update for the game, and that's about it. You know, say it loses hype, people don't play it as much, you can kind of move on from it. It's kind of hard to shut down an MMO, even though it does happen, but it's a big risk to release an MMO. Puts you in a rough spot if it doesn't do well and you only got like 150 people playing the game. Oh, we pulled. Seems like that bird wants to fight us, but he can't because his master is not interested. So he had to go back. And this isn't this part of Blade's Edge Mountains. This isn't what I really. The thing is, Blade's Edge Mountains has a lot of different, you know, looks. But when I think of Blade's Edge Mountains, I always think of like the ogre part. So we'll make sure we head down there after this. This part here doesn't really remind me of Blade's Edge Mountains. It sort of has like a Terracar Forest vibe to it. And I was thinking, could you imagine they brought out housing in TBC? Like, and you could have a house in Outland. Not too sure where I would have mine. I know the Grand would be a popular choice. Obviously, it would be, like, instanced. Sort of like how it is now. But I would assume you could pick to have your house in, like, different zones in the Burning Crusade. Sort of how they're doing now in Midnight. Not too sure what I would go with. Maybe the Bone Wastes. Would be kind of an ugly spot for a house. The Grand would be the best choice. That's for sure. Blade's Edge would be kind of cool. Shadow Moon Valley actually looks like a dump in TBC. Has a very, like, fell... It's been clearly destroyed. Hellfire Peninsula would be a... Netherstorm would be kind of a cool place to have a home. Zanger Marsh would be... I would think a pretty cool zone. Has a tranquil vibe to it. And in Phase 2, with Phase 2 coming just over a month's time, hearing chat about them potentially adding a WoW token, or if they should add a WoW token to TBC. We'll see what happens with that. So this is where we turn it in? Okay. And it looks like the quests continue after this. I obviously would prefer if they didn't add the WoW token, because it kind of promotes just buying gear with gold, and pretty much makes the game pay to win. But if they did do that, they would probably get rid of the ban on GDKPs, because why not, right? If they're selling gold now, like, they might as well just lift the ban on that. Which is something I really wouldn't mind, because it's a fun way of raiding. I actually do enjoy it. It's an awesome way to make gold, too. And with people complaining about how much of a pain it is right now, dealing with all the botting and price of consumables and stuff, then maybe it is a good idea. I'm not too sure. We'll see how much of a pain it is when we get to 70. I guess I don't really have an opinion on it yet. But I've heard that forwarding raiding has been kind of a pain so far. But it can't be as bad as it was for Warriors in the previous, you know, the vanilla anniversary. I remember that being brutal. People paying around 1,000 gold a week just to raid on their warrior, which is kind of it's ridiculous. I don't know how you could farm that much without doing GDKPs or without buying gold. The thing is, you don't need that kind of, you don't need that many consumables though to clear the raids. It's just that these many guild leaders expected you to have them, or you wouldn't get into the raid group. Let me pull out a pretty big group here. Yeah, this guy's patrolling on over. It's like he doesn't stop patrolling either. Let's keep on running here. But if it's not that bad, if I notice that it's not that bad to get consumables, or the ones that you kind of like really want to get, then I'd probably be pro for them to not bring it into the game. But you do see a lot of complaining on the internet about spotters and the inflation of consumables and raid consumes and all that stuff.
Flipping through the pages of the scratched notes and spindly script of the Lashan Arakoa, you find a page with a pictogram of the circles of power you have seen in Vale Lash. The pictograms indicate using feathers to cast the spell in one of the circles of power in Vale Lash. Confusing iconography seems to show an Arakoa being suffused with the spirit of a Kaliri.
Use the fistful of feathers. Is it here? Here it is. This is the fistful of feathers. So you need to use on the spell circles. Okay. So there's one down here that we can kind of just jump to. That was pretty easy. This kind of looks cool. Oh, summoned somebody here. I think we might summon more than just him too. Did we use it? Did that count? Is that scratches right there? It looks like them. Could try using it again. Maybe we got interrupted. The Shan Windwalker attempts to run away in fear. Okay. Good thing is we can kind of run away or run by all these guys since we're level 69. And we'll go to this spell circle over here. Okay. What the heck's going on here, guys? I gotta be doing something wrong. Use the Fistful of Feathers on the spell circle, then return to Darnell. Okay, well, we did that, right? Is there another one over here? Looks like there is. I think that's where Darnell is. I think you just have to use it on one of them. Since we have this bird with us... Yeah, we're infused with the spirit. I think we just have to go back. Try to skip a few things here. Can we go down this way? Will he follow us? I think as long as we have the buff, we're alright. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think Phase 2 might be the time when they decide to release it, if they do release it. But if they don't release it, I'm completely fine with that at the moment. I'll probably be fine with it regardless. I'm not going to be like a hardcore raider, so like those are the people that kind of get affected by it the most. Especially if you're a person that wants to, you know, raid on multiple characters, right? We're going to want to raid on too, but I'm going to be a little bit casual on the Paladin and the block, so you don't really have to go like super hard. But I'm really hoping that we can make a decent amount of gold with the Paladin if we do the Stratholme AoE farm. Because supposedly it works. And if it does work, we can make a pretty good amount of gold as a Paladin. It's like one of the best gold-making classes in the game. In TBC, if you can do that farm. This is exciting. I can't wait to examine the workings of this spell.
I don't know what to say. This spell is very strange. It is not a simple conjuration or enchantment, but some sort of communion or communication spell.
Alright, well, let's go see the ogres. Kill some lynxes, though, while we're here. Why not? Didn't see too many of these guys when we first left. I'm gonna try to raid on both. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Well, for the Paladin for the first month. So I think my Warlock has at least probably over a month to get to 70. It's gonna take us a while. Okay, so this should lead us down to where the ogres are here. Goes from like Zangermarsh to Hellfire Peninsula in this zone. Sky's like, looks like there's like a massive fire going on. You have to slay 30 ogres. It's quite a bit. I didn't try selling junk. We'll do that when we get back. And at 70, we unlock flying, guys. We'll be able to purchase flying. If you're a druid, you unlock it a little bit earlier, though. You unlock it at level 68. So they get flying a little bit earlier than everybody else. We should be able to afford the first version, which is the 60 speed flying map. Really slow. We'll rarely use it unless we want to go to Netherstorm. This looks like Blade's Edge Mountain to me. There's some pretty cool quest chains here. They have some awesome stories. About one I like specifically that involves the Black Dragonflight and Gruul. Kind of explains how powerful Gruul is. It's quite the Gron. If you go through this zone, sometimes you see like black dragons stuck on these spikes here. And that's from Gruul like whipping them up there. Kind of don't like each other very much. What are we looking to do here? I guess we'll head down here. We'll get these Draenithus mine crystals. And we'll try to get the brew as well. There's the cave over there. That kind of looks like Azurite from Battle for Azeroth, those crystals over there. But I guess they are the Draenithus crystals we need to go collect. Oh, we got some doggos coming. Never mind. It's ran right by us. Grimnock Battleborn yells, "Get up there. March on Bladespire Hold. I want to adorn my tower in Gordim's Head." I think Bladespire Hold is the Horde camp. It's just over here, I believe. Little Siri totem here. Make our way into this cave. Actually, this guy's getting out of our way. We'll take it. There's a Brewmaster. We actually want to fight these guys specifically, because they drop the Broodbane Brew. So if we see any of them, we'll make sure we fight them. The problem is they get us drunk. So the screen's going to be a little blurry today, guys. So you get intoxicated, movement speed reduced by 50%, time between melee and range attacks increased by 30%, cast time increased by 30%. Can we dispel it? No, it's not. Can't dispel being drunk. Just have to wait it out. Just like in real life. Or is there a way to get rid of being drunk? I'm pretty sure they just give you water, but that doesn't really do much. Having a full stomach helps too. But you have to do that before you drink. Alright, so let's make our way inside this cave here. We're staggering a little bit, not walking too straight because of that debuff. And we get the Draenith's Mind Crystals from these dredgers over here. So, it looks like we won't quest in Netherstorm until we hit level 70. We will eventually probably do all the quests in Shadowmoon Valley, because why not? You eventually need to complete a bunch of quests there for the Tomb into Black Temple. So it's a good thing to do. I don't remember. I did the tune so long ago. I just remember it's in that zone. I don't remember which quests. But we'll probably look into that as well. Looking forward to that phase. That might be my favorite phase when Black Temple comes out. I think it's my favorite raid in all of TBC. Sunwell Plateau's not bad. Karazhan's pretty cool too. But I enjoy Black Temple. It's because you're fighting Illidan. It's a pretty awesome raid. And then, you know, one of the coolest legendaries ever drops from it, which are the Warglaves. But Sunwell Plateau is pretty good too. Not a lot of trash. That was one thing I liked about that raid. TBC's a pretty good expansion raid-wise. I'd say it is better than vanilla. Suleiman's pretty cool too. It's like the ZG of TBC. But I do like Nax. Nax is an amazing raid. I might rank Nax above all the raids in TBC, actually. Oh, this guy's getting some adamantite. This druid's doing a little farming. Snuck in here. Stealthed in as a little kitty and getting some adamantite ore. Just Just need a few more crystals here. Oh, we can mine. Oh, we can just. Okay. And I know there's supposed to be like an elite in here, isn't there? Or maybe the druid killed them. Not sure what's going on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there's this pike here, right? I think if you, like, pick it up, it's someone's, like, an elite. But it might be horde only. Oh, there's some brew back here. I wonder if that's going to trigger a boss fight. It might. Let's check it out. No. But that does. From what I remember. It's probably a horde only quest though. But yeah, a lot of hype around Crimson Desert. Supposedly going to be a good game. We'll see. In a few weeks. I probably won't get it right away. But hopefully it's another good game. Maybe it'll contend for Game of the Year. Alright, so we got all of the ore we need. Now we're just looking for brews, guys. So we'll keep an eye out for these kegs here. Seems to be a good thing to do. Maybe there was some back there that we missed in the cave. Wasn't really looking for them when we were making our way in there. This axe has been pretty good so far. It's hard. And there's the pipe here. I forget what they call this. It's like a Turkish way of smoking. Oh, there's one. There's a keg over here as well. Back it up a bit though. Or what is it called? A Turkish smoking pipe? Oh, we're drunk. Yeah, hookah. Or they call it the nargile. It's a traditional style. They put flavored tobacco inside of it. Oh nice, we're almost done with the brews, guys. So there's a highly prized Mersham pipe crafted from white porous mineral rock, often featuring intricate handmade carvings and known for producing a cool, dry smoke. I don't think I've ever smoked a hookah ever in my life. But there are places where you can do it in my city. They have like these like hookah bars. It's just a lounge with flavored tobacco. You can get food and stuff. Might check that out one day. Not much of a smoker, though. But I did like marijuana when I was younger. A lot, actually. But I quit like a long, long time ago. It's actually like the worst time to smoke, too, is when you're young. Because your brain's developing. It's better to do when you get older. Or best to not like do anything when you're young. Just to protect your brain. Don't smoke, don't drink. Try to carry that into adulthood. But it's probably tough to do that because you're always like, I wonder what it's like to try it. Sometimes it's better to get that out of your system when you're younger, too, because then it's just, like, in your past. Instead of, like, falling into it when you're older, and then it's a hard habit to break. Okay, so we just need one more brew. Supposedly there's a bunch over here. You'll find there's a keg right below us. Didn't even see it. There we go. We got our brews, guys. So now we just have to slay 5 more ogres. And that'll be that. Take a little screenshot here. Yeah, that really shows the skybox there. The Blade's Edge. And they got Fellfires going here. And I've heard that like drinking and going out and smoking, like, it's not as popular as it was when I was younger. Like, there's supposedly a lot less, like, alcohol being consumed nowadays. Which I guess is a good thing. Hopefully it's because people aren't interested in it, and it's not because things are just so damn expensive that people can't afford to go out and do that kind of stuff. Which might be like probably another one of the reasons. Because, yeah, it's not cheap at all. It's actually pretty damn expensive here in Canada. Our liquor prices are higher than in the States. But it does fund our healthcare system, so I think that's a positive. It's controlled by the government, but it's changed quite a bit over the years. Like, you used to not be able to get it in grocery stores, but now you can. Like, even Costco has it now. They have like an aisle with some liquor in it. I always used to watch like American Costco tours, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, look at that liquor section. And now we have one, but it's much smaller. I think it's a little bit more controlled in Canada. But I'm pretty sure it's still like this. A fraction of liquor sales goes towards our healthcare system. But maybe that's changed. Who knows? Only one more ogre to go. Fight a brewmaster here. It's cool that they named the monk tank class after this. Who would have thought? This was a prelude to an actual class in World of Warcraft. Alright, so maybe we'll finish this Lynx quest too. Might as well. Only need 8 more. And Rima the Den Mother. That's on the other side, I believe. Oh, this ogre's chasing us. Let's run away from him. He'll go back to Blade's Edge eventually. I don't even consider this place to be Blade's Edge Mountain, but I guess it is. So, sort of looks like it's still a part of Zangarmarsh. I really hope they do a short Warlords of Draenor classic. Be cool to play through Draenor, just to even level a character through the updated version of Draenor that they did back then. Be a fun comparison, especially while TBC's still going on, which they could probably do because I think they're getting into the final raid of Mr. Pandaria pretty soon. It's been out for close to a year, I think, right? Probably just level flag carrier through it and keep it going. Check it out from the Horde side. But we do have a monk on the Alliance side as well, so we could see both, but I assume they're pretty similar. It is a different style of leveling as well. It's linear. You know, they just give you a set of quests. You can't really choose. It doesn't like split off from like Hellfire Peninsula, and you can choose like Zangarmarsh, Terakar, right? And then instead of maybe Terakar, you can just go up to Blade's Edge. It's all linear and tells a story. And it would be interesting comparing garrisons to the new neighborhood and housing system in retail and see the changes that they made for that. Because garrisons were their first, was Blizzard's real first attempts at housing, right? It didn't work out too well. It was a little too, they made it a little too friendly, home friendly, I guess. People didn't have to leave their garrison. Because they could do their professions there, they could queue up for raids and dungeons in there. I wonder if you can queue up for dungeons in the neighborhood. I'm gonna try that on my warlock. See if we can queue up for battlegrounds and dungeons inside our neighborhood. I would assume you can. Which is fine, but it's a little unfortunate. So people can just hang out in their neighborhood and queue up for stuff, but they won't be able to level up professions or trade on the auction house and stuff. Well, you can actually trade on the auction house because you can just get on your auction house mount and then just do auctions from your neighborhood. Yeah, maybe the neighborhood will turn into garrisons, like a garrison light. Oh, we'll see. Silver Moon looks pretty cool, though. I think they did a great job with that city.
It's good to see a traveler such as yourself contributing to the well-being of Sylvanar. We've done a lot here in a very short time, but the forces that surround us threaten our way of life. I would hear what you have to say. Speak your mind, adventurer. This is a good first step towards securing Sylvanar and the Grove. With their ogres not so numerous, the Blood Maw will think twice about attacking us here. Now, if only they were the only clan of ogres that we have to worry about. To the north of the Blood Maw clan lies a threat more grave, Bladespire Hold. The Bladespire ogres are the strongest clan in the mountains, having favor of the Gran, known as Rule the Dragon Killer, and his 7 sons. Now that we've dealt with winnowing the Blood Maw, it is time to turn our eye upon their rivals. From Blood Maw Hold, head north.
I'll disenchant this. The boots we got, I'm not too sure where the heck they went. Got rid of those wrists.
Slay as many of the Bladespire ogres therein as you can.
That was
Oh, there.
fast. Are you sure that you dealt with as many as was necessary? Excellent. There's something else that you can help us with if you are willing. The filthy races of the Horde have taken over a settlement
Filthy
to the
races.
east. They've brought with them a large pack of the dire wolves that they prefer to use as mounts and sentries. These sentries have been marauding across the bridge that separates us. They've been stalking our Fey Drakes, which are critical to the pollination of the living grove. Use the east exit to traverse the bridge over Blood Maw Ravine that leads to the jagged ridge to the east, and bring me their tales as proof.
What is that smell? Oh no, don't tell me that's the ogre brew. I'm almost afraid to try this stuff out. Oh well, what the hell? Bottoms up.
My bad, guys. I wanted to see how to automatically sell junk with this add-on.
Oh, by the looks of those there fine specimens. I can't wait to get my examination tools unpacked and have a real look at them.
So it says it's a automatically built-in feature. Problem is we're here, but it's not selling the junk items or the gray items. So it offers a sell junk button, but it doesn't really I don't really see it here. Maybe there's like another add-on we have to add to that to make it so we sell junk. There's currencies, keys, shows you all the keys you have. I checked the customization. Junk detection, poor quality. None. Tooltip, open syndicator. So this is connected to it, I think. Suppose you can create a macro to sell junk without an add-on. There's a dedicated add-on you can get called Sell Junk. Maybe we'll just get that. But yeah, let's see what that dwarf said here.
Take another sip of that ill-smelling muck, but it does give me an idea. So here's the plan. We know that the Blood Maw practically live off of this swill, but I wonder what their enemies, the Bladespire Ogres, think of it. Adventurer, I want you to take the rest of this rubbish and see if you can get the Bladespire Ogres tanked. You can find them by heading north from Bloodmaw Outpost through the ravine.
Alright, so they want us to get some ogres drunk. Maybe we'll eventually do that. We'll come back to Blade's Edge. But I think next episode we'll probably hop back into some dungeons. Maybe now that we're level 69, we can do a bunch of new dungeons, actually. Like Steam Vaults, Shattered Halls. There's Shadow Labs. Probably end up going in there, actually. So we can continue our Karazhan attunement. That's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.